Good morning, Sham Stars. In previous video, we discussed cardiac cycle in chapter 18, body fluids and circulation. In this chapter, we will be discussing about double circulation and regulation of cardiac activity. The human circulatory system is a double circulatory system. It has two separate circuits and blood passes through the heart twice. The pulmonary circuit is between the heart and lungs. The systemic circuit is between the heart and the other organs. Pulmonary circulation consists of vessels that carry blood from the heart to lungs and back to the heart. The blood pumped by the right ventricle enters the pulmonary artery, whereas the left ventricle pumps blood into the aorta. The deoxygenated blood pumped into the pulmonary artery is passed on the lungs from where the oxygenated blood is carried by the pulmonary veins into the left atrium. So this pathway constitutes the pulmonary circulation. The oxygenated blood entering the aorta is carried by a network of arteries, arterioles and capillaries to the tissues, from where the deoxygenated blood is collected by a system of veins and vena cava and emptied into the right atrium. This is systemic circulation, which is shown in this slide. The systemic circulation provides nutrients, oxygen, and other essential substances to the tissues and takes carbon dioxide and other harmful substances away for elimination. The separation of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood allows a more efficient supply of oxygen to the body cells. Blood is circulated to the body tissues through systemic circulation and to the lungs through pulmonary circulation. Let's understand regulation of cardiac activity. Normal activities of the heart are autoregulated by specialized muscles. Hence, the heart is called myogenic. A special neural center in the medulla oblongata can moderate the cardiac function through autonomic nervous system ANS. Neural signals through the sympathetic nervous system can increase the rate of heartbeat, the strength of ventricular contraction and thereby the cardiac output. On the other hand, parasympathetic neural signals decrease the rate of heartbeat, speed of conduction of action potential and thereby the cardiac output. Adrenal medullary hormones can also increase the cardiac output. Now let's talk about last topic of this chapter, disorders of circulatory system. We will talk about hypertension, coronary artery disease, angina and heart failure. High blood pressure is also known as hypertension. When the blood pressure is higher than normal blood pressure is 120 by 80. In this measurement, 120 mmHg is the systolic or pumping pressure and 80 mg/Hg is the diastolic or resting pressure. If repeated checks of blood pressure of an individual is 140 by 90 or higher, it shows hypertension. High blood pressure leads to heart diseases and also affects the vital organs like brain and kidney. The next disorder, coronary artery disease, which affects the vessels that supply blood to the heart muscle. It is caused by deposits of calcium, fat, cholesterol, and fibrous tissues, which makes the lumen of arteries narrower. Angina, it is also called angina pectoris, a symptom of acute chest pain appears when no enough oxygen is reaching the heart muscle. Angina can occur in men and women of any age. It is more common among the middle-aged and elderly. It occurs due to conditions that affect the blood flow. Now let's talk about heart failure. It means the state of heart when it is not pumping blood effectively enough to meet the needs of the body. It is sometimes called congestive heart failure because congestion of the lungs is one of the main symptoms of this disease. Heart failure is not the same as cardiac arrest or a heart attack. In cardiac arrest, the heart stops beating. And heart attack when the heart muscle is suddenly damaged by an inadequate blood supply. So, children, this is all about the body fluid and circulation. I hope you must have understood. This is the last topic of this chapter 18. Thank you, Shem Stars. That's all for today. You can drop your queries on Google Classroom. Take care.